It's late Friday night, January 16th, and it's time for the talk. One man, two penises. A double-endowed man claims he's satisfied more than 1,000 women and men in a new memoir that has everyone asking, are two penises really better than one? American Sniper star Bradley Cooper shoots down rumors that women throw themselves at him. He says he almost never gets asked out. And playing with a python. A snake handler lets his baby girl play with the deadly snake to prove we have nothing to fear. Okay or no way? Then, entertainer extraordinaire, the hilarious George Lopez is here. Get ready to laugh and to be inspired when he tells us about his new movie, Spare Parts. Plus, we wrap up our special week of shows with a double dose of the great Gavin DeGraw. He's performing his new hit and his rock anthem, I Don't Wanna Be. You don't wanna miss it. And our final night with our house band, the legendary singer-songwriter Linda Perry and her band, Holy Coyote. Let's start talking. Yes.
You get two
well, they thought I wanted hot water with lemon, and then I saw Sharon had champagne.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Sharon.
Fabulous.
Because this is the last night, we decided to get very, very casual and wear our pajamas. And a big welcome back to our dear friend and Sarah's wife, award-winning singer-songwriter Linda Perry. Holy Coyote have been our fabulous house band. We've loved having you guys here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But tonight, I should say, let's get started with the man with two penises. A guy who goes by the nickname Double Bleep Dude has written a new memoir about his rare medical condition called diphalia. He claims he has two fully functioning 10-inch long penises and that he has used them to pleasure more than 1,000 women and men. Although he doesn't reveal his face, his Twitter account has photos that reveal the double dose of bleep. Mm-hmm. Would you want to fool around with a man with two penises?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I accept the challenge. Penises. And they're fully functioning penises. They work. Both of them work. So one of them don't cut off and all. And then, this is going to be fabulous. I love it. And I think that I should be the one to do it. But does that mean I have to do twice the work if there's two penises?
Yes. Yes. And by the way, that's two wet spots you got to sleep in now. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. Who said he was staying after we got the penises? But here's my question, though. Do I get twice the money for the two penises?
I think he's the guy you have to pay. I don't think you get money. I think he's the guy that gets paid.
Okay, think of it. Look at it like this. Okay, let's say I was a prostitute and the John had two penises. And then I would have to call my pimp, Silky Slim, and say, Silky, we got to charge double because he has two penises.
I'll tell you what.
It would be like milking a cow. I don't know what to do with one. But also, then somebody said to me, oh, well, what if somebody had two vaginas? And I was like, well, what a hassle. That sounds terrible.
People do.
They do?
Absolutely, yes.
I just think you're getting your period every 2 weeks instead of every 4. What a night. It's all a nightmare. Sharon, if you were giving like this, we have to take you to a class.
No, you can't do it quicker.
This is not how it works. No, quicker. I think the nice thing is you could give them like cute little names, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or you know, Johnson and Johnson, or Dolce and Gabbana. You know what I'm saying? Like,
those are my baby names.
Dumb and Dumber. Exactly.
You know how much money I would make with 2 vaginas? Man!
Double time. You charge double time for that.
Move it on.
I mean, I'm intrigued from a medical standpoint. You know, like...
Oh, yeah, them too.
like when he urinates, does he urinate out of both at the same time?
Right.
If he has an erection,
Is it
both of them at the same time?
I've actually done more research than I should have. Apparently, he does get erections at the same time, but one of them is a little bit more, like a little bit
alert.
Yes, a little bit more awake.
All right.
Let me just say though, his
Does he
blog is
fight
all
like
about
a shark?
self-acceptance, even though it's a sexual oddity. His whole blog and the people that interact with him are about accepting your body for who you are, embracing who you are, and embracing your flaws.
Like
and I
that.
think he has a good public service in that way. So it's not just about the 2 dongs.
There you
Two
go.
dongs don't make a right, Julie.
We are just getting this pajama party started. Don't forget the one and only George Lopez. Join us in a few minutes. We'll be right back. The Talk, sponsored by Fridays. Go out for under 550 calories or go all out. Dine and drinks for just $10. American Sniper star Bradley Cooper says he's no chick magnet despite his handsome face and hot body. When the 40-year-old was asked by radio host Howard Stern if women hit on him, Cooper said, quote, "No. Some people come up and say, hey, let's take a picture, but they're not like throwing themselves at me." Cooper's doing just fine, though. He's been dating 23-year-old British model Suki Waterhouse for 11 months now. Do you think it's okay for a woman to ask out a man?
I think that's fine as long as the woman is capable of taking rejection. And if you've got the balls to stand there and somebody go, hell no, or whatever, that's fine.
I think it's fine, but I don't think it usually works out that well. It's so funny because the other day I was in the car and my daughter, who's 7 years old, was literally like, you know, Mom, you can't ask a guy if he loves you. Because if you do, he'll say no. You have to wait for them to tell you they love you.
How old is she?
She's 7.
And she already knows.
I mean, look, it makes me sad in a way because you don't want that to be the truth, but she's picking up on something.
But I also think that, like, a lot of times guys don't ask. I've heard so many of my guy friends say, well, I like this girl, but I didn't ask her because I didn't know. I wasn't getting cues. So I feel like if you're a woman and you like a guy, you should let him know. I mean, you don't have to be like, take your pants off, but, you know, let him know.
Give them the hint. Give them the green light. Am I right, Cheryl?
Yeah, you give him the green light, but the only way I tell a guy I love him if I want him to go away from me. I love you and I want to have your baby.
We'll be right back. Forget snakes on a plane. Thanks to a dad's viral video, we have a snake on a baby. The dad, a 34-year-old snake handler from Michigan, used his then 14-month-old daughter and the family's huge pet python to show we are the ones who are ridiculous for being scared of snakes. Alyssa, who's now 3 years old, was not hurt by the python and is still a snake fan. Would you let your baby anywhere near a python?
Hell no. Call me old-fashioned. I don't care. No. way. It's insanity.
Don't they crush you?
Yes.
That's how they kill their prey. They're predators that strangle you. They wrap.
I think that was like a little mouse.
That's the thing. She's like a perfect snack size for that snake, you know. And babies are so tender and juicy. But I will say, before a python can squeeze you, it has to start to coil. So he would see that, and you would get the baby out of the way.
Oh,
and
no.
Whereas if you had, I would have rather have my baby around a snake than a pit bull if I had to decide, because it's harder to get a pit bull off a baby than a snake. I'm just saying, there are a lot of pets I wouldn't let my baby around.
But when you choose neither?
I would choose neither. If I choose, I'd choose neither. Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, see, I was in the box with snakes, you know, so I don't have fear of snakes anymore. But I just think this is odd. What if the snake just thought that the baby was a meal, and then I got to hack the snake apart and get my baby out of there, and then I'm getting sued by people
They think it was a mouse.
Yeah, not my baby. No, don't say it. Come on. No, my baby's not going to be that little.
It goes against every parental instinct.
Yeah, it does.
I
It's
mean,
alarming to see, even.
It's disturbing, that video.
Yeah.
My vote is no. Now, don't go away, because we're letting a guy crash our pajama party, the hilarious George Lopez.
From his sensational career in stand-up to his best-selling books and, of course, his award-winning sitcom, George Lopez. Right now, he's killing it on the road as part of the Black Around Comedy Get Down, and he's also showing off his dramatic side. He's just gonna walk out, and he goes above and beyond to help his underdog students win a robot building contest in the comedy film Spare Parts. No take, he just gonna walk out. Give it up for George Lopez. Give it up for George Lopez.
So, you know, I must say that the pajama party idea is fantastic. All your shoes are appropriate for pajamas. You're lucky I don't have two penises. I'm not even sure I got one that works, but you're lucky I don't have two.
I'll go with the one you got. That's all right.
How about incorporating two topics into one? What if you see a lady and you go, hey, baby, I got a python you can play with? That would be good. But two penises would be tough, because, you know, what if you were 10 inches, 1'8", 1'2"? Which one do you want first? Oh, God, you know. How about this one? Hey, did you cheat on me? No. Yes. Two prostates. How many times did you get up last night? 12. I thought I was never going to stop peeing.
Now, George, we all know that you're a passionate golfer, and you competed in, once again, your annual tournament called the Brownie Cup.
It is called the Brownie Cup, not because of our pigment.
Well, because the other players were Don Cheadle, Anthony Anderson, and Cheech Marin. But so why is it called the Brownie Cup if it's not?
It's not about the brown guy.
Well, you know, it's not about being brownish, blackish. It's about playing it's about playing 9 holes sober. And then playing 9 holes under the influence of a medical marijuana brownie. Don Cheadle, Anthony Anderson. There isn't a bigger marijuana than Cheech Marin. And ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the champion of the Brownie Cup. I don't have any ice cream in my house, but I got the trophy. The thing, I just had the brownie. The thing with the tournament is that it's been like 7 years. And you try to stock up the strokes on the front nine because when you break the brownie into 4, you don't remember as many things. And to have Cheech in my cart, and then for me to be driving, and then to end up talking like, hey man, what was in that? You just... I think we're parked. He goes, how am I driving? I think we're parked.
We've had a ton of fun getting to push the envelope a little bit on these late night shows. Well, Sharon's kind of the same, I think. But when you did your sitcom or your late night show, how did you deal with censors? Did you ever push the envelope, go too far? There was a couple of things that the Lopez crew would do. One, there was a guy on the sitcom that shall remain nameless, but we did give him his own room with shrimp and fruits and a brownie for dessert and 18 Amstel lights. And we snuck more stuff by that guy, logos and relatives. Who's that kid? I don't know, some kid that just came by to sell it. And that guy never knew what hit him.
Going on.
And then he would go out and we'd replace the beers as he went out. So he thought, I thought I just drank 12. Why is there 6 more? It was a never-ending Amstel Light stream of beer.
We need to do that here.
It's quite effective. But also on the late night show, one night I was driving, I'm like, I wonder how come the show's not around anymore. Well, we gave marijuana away, and we drank shots of tequila. And if it was you had never been a guest of a show before, you drank. And Snoop came one time early. And you got in the ventilation system.
Yeah, everybody
was Cheech that night.
You were before your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Way before your time.
You were a great guest.
Oh, we did loads of and everything.
We did all that. We simulated sex, everything.
So just a Tuesday with Sharon Osbourne.
Just a Tuesday, hanging out in our PJs.
So you obviously have been doing stand-up for more than 2 decades. You're a genius comedian. I remember seeing you when I was a baby. So funny. You've done numerous films. You've hosted your own talk show. Your sitcom still runs all over the world. So do you ever get recognized or maybe recognized for somebody else?
I'm going to go into the truth bag here. Depending on my weight, I get Oliver Platt when I'm a little plump. And when I'm thin, I get Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer. I've given so many bad tips to dog owners that they're like, that guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Why is he yelling at my dog? He's supposed to be the whisperer. Get over here! Chase him! Get some cheese. What should I do? Get some cheese and just...
Give him a brownie.
Give him a brownie. My dog's hyper. Oh, yeah? Here's a golf club. Let's go.
Well, let us talk about your movie and your new film, Spare Parts. You play a teacher.
It's not...
Undocumented students win a underwater robot building contest, and we have a clip.
You are still short 134.63.
Can I borrow your pen?
Thought you couldn't donate.
It's a robotics contest, not a fundraising contest. Besides, who's gonna know? Oh, hey, and my man ate a couple ice creams on the way in.
Can I have an ice cream?
Too late. I already wrote the check.
Tell us a little bit more about the film.
Well, you know, when you think Spare Parts and George Lopez, you think I might need another kidney. This is a movie about ladies. Everybody my blood type? It is about this wonderful school in Arizona that built a robot, or underwater robotics, with parts that they found, and they went to a hardware store and used PVC, and the pool noodles that to make this thing float, and it's inspiring. You know, it's a very fantastic movie, and Marissa Tomei is in it. She's my love interest.
She's gorgeous.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's always in the movie life, you get what you can't get in real life. I'm gonna call Bradley Cooper and ask his ass out. But it is a movie that, you know, we all, I mean, I love like Vision Quest and Rocky and Stand and Deliver and Rudy. And it's a little bit Karate Kid, come on.
Yeah.
Two penises, wax on, wax off. So it is, I think it's a movie that everybody will enjoy seeing. And I'm very proud to be in it. Yeah, thank you.
Now, George, we love the way your mind works and how you manage to find the humor in every situation. So we'd like to get a glimpse inside that ever-curious mind of yours in a little speed round we're calling Curioso George. Here's how this works. We'll mention a topic, and you tell us the first time you remember being curious about it. First up, when was the first time you were curious about your body?
Okay. Well, you know, I was unfortunately pubically challenged as a youngster. And when you're in junior high and you have to start taking showers and you don't have much there,
Did you have a lot of hair?
I had no hair. I had you know, like a catfish. I had a couple of. You ever see the back? You ever see the back of an old TV? Just a couple of wires hanging out. The reception wasn't that good, and there was a couple of wires hanging out. So it was like going to Oz in lipstick and high heels, and you're like, hey, anybody want to hit me in the ass with a wet towel? Come on, line up. So yes, difficult. I used to pencil them in, and then I'd take a shower, they'd wash up.
What about the first time you were curious about women?
The first time I was curious about women, I saw a friend of mine had a mom that looked like Mary Tyler Moore, and she used to wear the bras that were pointed. And no wonder
Did she bend over a lot?
Oh my God, we went swimming one time, and the cone lifted up. If I see Mary Tyler Moore now, I pull over. Hey.
Okay, when did you first get curious about the pill that makes your penis hard?
Well, when I was married, one of the things that therapists say is to make an appointment to have sex. So Wednesday night, Tuesday.
Ridiculous.
And they would say, my wife would say, Thursday. And I'm like, what's today? So I took a pill, and then we had an argument, and I was upstairs by well, I wasn't by myself, but I was with the 2 inches and the 8. But it was the longest night of my life. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to sleep, I bend over, oh! And then I try to sleep leaning against the chair, you know. It was one of the worst. I think I still have some effects of it, by the way.
I'm curious about when you were curious about sexting.
Well, I'm not curious anymore because you can only sext when it looks like a penis. When you're in your 50s, you can't send a woman a picture going, what the hell? It looks like a bird that was attacked. Apparently, he died protecting the 2 eggs. And...
George Lopez, everybody. Spare Parts is in theaters right now. Up next, you don't want to miss singer Gavin DeGraw perform his classic and a new song. We'll be right back.
Guest has been rolling out hits like I Don't Want to Be, Chariot, and Not Over You. Last year, he received his first Grammy nomination, and he's put together some of his favorite songs on his latest album, Finest Hour, the best of Gavin DeGraw. Please welcome Gavin DeGraw.
First of all, we want to congratulate you on your new album, which is incredible. But you're very young. It must be weird to be putting out a best of album
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're such a young
you're
guy.
flattering me.
A little bit. You're
It's
super cute.
your makeup person's really good back there.
Making you look young.
Yeah, I feel like Dracula. So thank you for that. You know, I put out this best of album, but I know a lot of times when people put out best of albums, it kind of sounds like they're going away, like they're saying, see you later and thanks for the great career, you know?
Right.
But I feel like this is the best of so far album, you know? I think about artists who put out best of albums or greatest hits records, and then they followed it up with other hit records that they, you know, it's music is a career, it's a lifestyle, it's also your hobby, even though it is your career. So when I come off the road, first thing I do is I go home and I sit down at the piano and I play and I, you know, take time and write more music. So you're never really quite finished playing music.
But Gavin, you've written so many songs over the last years.
Yeah.
So was it hard to narrow down your particular favorites for this?
Oh, of course. I mean, I think for pretty much any artist, especially when you're the writer, you grow a certain attachment to the songs because you feel like there's so much autobiographical material there, and what parts do you leave out if you're going to put out a best of album and you're trying to sum up your, you know, your career for the most part, and sort of make this sampler platter of what does Gavin DeGraw's music sound like, you know, over the last 10 years. So it's a very difficult thing to do because, you know, you're cutting out pieces of your career that you still think are really important and you want people to hear, but you can't include everything because you'll seem like one of those people who just likes their own cooking, you know. Nobody likes going to that house. You know what I mean?
As Sharon mentioned, you worked with so many great artists and written so many great songs last year. You got to both open for Billy Joel and collaborate with Harry Styles of One Direction.
Yes.
So, so who's on your wish list for 2015?
Wow, there's so many great ones. You know, there've been artists of the past and artists of the present. I still want to work with Elton John.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, I still want to work with Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of great talent that's out right now, putting out records, still getting some love at radio, and very relevant. You know, artists like One Republic and Ed Sheeran is very legit. There's a lot of really great ones and up and coming artists, and I think that's one of the things that drew me to a town like Nashville, Tennessee. Is that there's musicians everywhere. They're just walking around with their guitars and they're sitting on corners and they're playing music and they're saying, "Hey man, I'll play a song for $1," you know. And you know, and it's one of the beautiful things about that community there. So you get to see that in pockets around the States and around the world, and you're getting this great influx of English music and American music.
You and Ed Sheeran, that would be an amazing collaboration.
Thank you. I love that. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, you're amazing. You guys together.
He's very special.
You know he's managed by Elton.
Oh, really?
Is he?
Yes, he's managed by Elton. See,
That's
he
amazing.
picked them both at
Yes.
the same
How about
time. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Sharon's
yes.
putting it
You
out
would
into
know
the
that,
universe.
Oh,
Sharon
yeah.
knows everything about music. Yeah.
Now, we are so excited that you're about to perform for us. What are you going to play for us today?
Well, I'd like to play for you the first hit I ever had. It's a song called "I Don't Want to Be," and thank you very much. Thank you. And you know, songs sort of change meaning over time. Bette Midler told an interviewer once that, and I didn't believe her at the time. And then when I wrote this song, I was just angry and broke, and then and I wasn't broke anymore. After the song came out, and so it became the song that paid off my college loans. So that's what it means now.
All right. Gavin, take it away. Come on.
still it's the same. I don't have to be anyone other than the bird, the two souls and wine. Part of where I'm going is knowing where I'm coming from. And I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. All I have to do is sing me my peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around, wondering what I got to do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't want to be anything other than surrounded by liars everywhere I turn, surrounded by imposters everywhere I turn, surrounded by identity crisis everywhere I turn. Am I the only one who noticed? I can be the only one who's burned. I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. All I have to do is sing me that peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't want to be anything I needed. Yeah, not everyone listen, please. If you're not like this, man, don't have to leave. I came from the mountain, too close to creation. My whole situation's made from clay to stone, and now I'm telling everybody I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. All I have to do is sing me a peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around, wondering what I gotta do, or who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything I need. Yeah, I don't wanna be. Yeah, I don't wanna be. No, 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 no. I don't wanna be. I don't wanna be anything. Anything.
Thank you. Now, do not go away. And when we return, Gavin will perform another one of his hits. Finest Hour. Don't go away.